What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the 10-7 show with Tyra, Tara Goose, and myself.
What's up,
We
y'all?
are here for yet another Sunday. We are live at 7 o'clock. And I can't really prove how we're live, but it's 7 o'clock. The Sixers lost earlier today. Spoiler alert.
It's hot outside.
The Phillies won.
The Phillies win?
Yeah,
Oh, cool. Well, that's a good thing. Phillies won. I didn't even know.
they swept the series.
I didn't even know they would play that. Shoot, I didn't. Man, yeah. Well. You made my. Thank you very much.
No
Thank you
problem.
very much. Red Hot Phillies. We're going to mention them on Monday tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, tomorrow on the Check Swing podcast. Definitely check it out. But
Yep.
as I like to start off the show, I like to ask my people how they been. So Tara Goose, how y'all been?
We've been chilling. Glad this weather's finally, taking a turn for the better. I'm trying to get my veggies in the ground.
I can dig it. How about you?
I'm good.
Is it weird that I ask you? Like I ask you every day?
Right. Like you know exactly how I'm doing right now.
But they don't know. They might want to know how you been.
I'm good. Tara, I talk to Tara all the time. She knows how I'm doing.
I'm talking about people. I know they know. I'm talking about
I'm good, everyone. I'm doing well.
Yes.
you might wanna know if you
Everybody's
want to go outside my head.
Not this week.
Yeah, see?
Okay.
I've been good, y'all. I've been good.
I'm glad you're both doing well.
Well, like I said, this is the 10-7 show. And if this is your first time with us, we are a relationship-based show. We talk about relationship issues. We give y'all some advice on some things. And that actually some things that y'all bring to our attention because y'all write us. And, we have some fun with it. So definitely tell your friends to join us, pass along the link. Join us on this journey tonight as we go through some things. And as y'all saw earlier, y'all probably saw on the graphic, whatever it's called. He has me on an allowance. I feel like that can like really screw up a lot of different feelings. So we're gonna get into that a little bit later. It's gonna be very interesting to talk about. But as we get into the show, you already know what it is. It's that time for that one part of the show, and y'all know what part of the show it is. Here it is. Yes, it is the Would You Rather part of the show brought to you by Therapeutic Billing. And Tara, as you do every week, except for that 1 week where I tried, can you tell us about Therapeutic Billing?
I'd love to. Therapeutic Billing is a full service medical billing and credentialing firm that focuses on individual and small group specialty practices. Therapeutic Billing also offers bookkeeping and virtual assistant services. For more information, the web address is therapeuticbilling.com and our phone number is 610-228-2029.
Boom. So there you have it. Get your services, y'all. All right. So Tyra puts together the Would You Rather questions, and we answer them perfectly every time. So go ahead, Tyra.
Absolutely.
Perfectly every time.
Perfectly.
No,
Perfect.
we don't.
Perfect.
We don't press them. Perfect. All right. So here you go. Would you rather sleep next to a lake or sleep on a boat on a lake?
On a boat.
On a lake. Sleep
If-
on a boat on a lake.
Yes. So on a boat.
Am I like in the house, like on a house next to the lake, or am
It
I
didn't
sleeping
say.
on the
You're just
ground?
sleeping next to a lake.
So you're either camping or you're on a houseboat.
You can put me on the boat.
Yeah, I'm gonna say on the boat too. But like, what if it's like a little banana boat?
I still fall asleep on that job.
I might get sick.
I still feel like that's safer.
Really? Then sleeping next to the
I mean,
lake?
if I get there, it don't look right. I ain't doing it.
Well, for sure.
Yeah.
So I don't care what the rules say.
I just feel like being on a boat is safer than just being in the woods. I don't know.
Out exposed.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. All right. So here we go. Would you rather eat different food every day or the same food every day?
Different food every day.
Different food.
I think I could eat pizza every day.
I definitely could eat pizza every day.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely could.
I'm gonna say different food every day.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm
So here's the one that I thought was kind of funny. Would you rather float like bubbles or run like a cheetah?
Run like a
cheetah.
I knew I was gonna say. I want to float like
a-
I want
bubbles.
to float like bubbles.
Me
Bubbles
too.
float aimlessly.
Right, they have no control of where they're going.
I'm not good with that.
I'm kind of aimless most of the time. I just don't float.
Nah,
Like
Yeah.
what if I'm a bubble and
like
I'm
it
and
sure is getting hot up here.
the air just blows me into like a pine tree? Then I get popped and I'm done.
No, you're not. If you're not in a bubble, you're floating like a bubble.
Yeah, I still don't have control over it. So
Absolutely. Nope.
I want to float.
So
like,
no? Okay, so
No.
you say no?
I run like a cheetah.
All
I'm
right,
like a
that's
cheetah
fine.
though.
I
You know how much
bubble.
fun you can have running like a cheetah?
Hey Justin,
mean, you are really fast if you're a cheetah.
it's a good thing that you and I want to run like cheetahs. That way we can track they silly behinds down.
Right, right. Because we're gonna need that
We're gonna be
speed.
floating.
We're gonna need that speed.
You know what I mean? Like we in Oz, we gonna write on. It's going.
Nuh-uh, you
I
stupid.
mean, like there's a cheetah there.
The only reason I probably said that is because I was thinking about Shrek. I don't know. I'm like a big Shrek fan. And when the fairy godmother came in, she was floating in a bubble, and I was like, "Ooh, I want to do that." So
I'm
I
still
wanna
going
float.
with bubble. I'm totally going with bubble. 100%.
All right.
But,
All right.
Let me
So I got
know.
one more for y'all. One more.
okay, go ahead.
Oh Lord. Okay. Would you rather visit every country in Europe or discover and name a new species?
Discover and name a new species.
That's what I say. Discover and name a new species.
I don't know.
I think I
I mean,
would.
I would like to do that, but sometimes you perish trying to do stuff like that.
What? Discover and name a new species?
Yeah,
Well, it depends on where you find the species.
yeah, nah. I'll take Europe.
All right. I'll take a species.
Good luck with that.
I'll take a
Me too,
species. The experience of Europe would be cool, but the species it lives forever.
Right. My name would just like go down in history, so I'll take the species.
Maybe
I'm
it
going
comes
with
with a check, and maybe you can go see Europe.
Yeah.
I really
Oh,
don't
yeah.
care to see Europe personally.
No.
Nah, me neither.
I really don't have it.
I don't have the.
I don't knock anybody that does, but
Yeah, I don't care.
Just
Nah.
not my thing.
Nah.
Nah.
It'd be like, you know what? They discovered a new species of silverback gorilla, and they perish. We're gonna name it after them.
Where you have it. That's the would you rather portion of the show.
Something.
What you say?
I don't know what you said.
I said some poisonous toad or something. I'm good.
Some poisonous toad.
Poisonous
You
toad.
need the ones, y'all, the little colorful ones. Don't
Okay.
touch.
Be careful. Be careful.
Oh,
That was Would You
yeah.
Rather portion of the show brought to you by Therapeutic Billing. Now it's time for the other part of the show where we get to give y'all our professional, unprofessional opinions. Yes, it is the Dear 10-7 portion of the show. It's not brought to you by anybody, but if you would like for it to be brought to you by you, hit us up. All right. But with that being said, this is the part of the show where we take your letters and emails and direct messages and all like that, and we read them. We protect your identity, and we give you our professional, unprofessional opinion on it.
Well, my opinion is definitely not professional, but
Mine is never, but it's always right.
It's always interesting, that's for sure.
herein lies the problem.
But I think Goose has the first Dear 10-7
Yeah, I got
letter,
the first.
so I'm pick my feet up off the floor and let you take it away.
All right. Dear 10-7. Dear 10-7, I have let myself get involved with a significantly younger guy. To make matters worse, I'm married. In my defense, before I even started talking to this other guy, my husband and I had come to a place in our marriage where we were more like roommates than husband and wife. We didn't even share the same bedroom, which was his decision. He stopped showing me affection of any kind. We spoke to each other, but that was it. I started flirting with men on social media, and I must admit, I did get taken by a scammer for $12,000, which I shouldn't have never let happen. I recently met this great guy on a dating site. He lives in Nigeria and is younger than me. I know Nigeria has a bad track record for scammers, but this guy really doesn't seem like he would be into that stuff. Nigeria begs me to fly to see him. We FaceTime each other and talk on the phone so much and text each other when he's not working. We are constantly on the phone, or we were anyway. Lately, I have noticed that often I text him, call him, or FaceTime him, and he doesn't respond back. Then finally, days later, he will text back and ask, when am I flying to see him? I question him on why or what happened. I haven't heard from him. His answer is always that he's been busy working. I've noticed that whenever I mention getting extra pay at work, he responds right away. I think maybe deep down in my heart, I'm saying that he possibly is a scammer and actually doesn't feel about me the way I hoped he would. I get nostalgic looking back on how he treated me 4 months ago when we first started talking, and it's not the same.
Girl.
I brought this up with him, but he just insists he's working to make a good life for us when I come. What do you think? 10-7. Yo, I think this letter is a scam to get me to beat me for my time.
How did this get through our screening process?
Excuse
I
me.
screened them. That was
Do
me. I
Do we
screened
even
them.
have a screening process?
No,
Yeah.
we don't. We
Yeah.
have. I got a lull at work. Let me go through the emails.
I have one thing to say, and y'all can take it away from the rest. There's this show that I love. It's called Catfish. Check it out. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. Y'all can have the rest.
Yeah, he working all right. He working on scamming.
I mean,
everybody else.
yeah, girl.
Just because you and your husband are going through at the moment, that's not an open policy for you to go and cheat on your husband. So
No.
whatever you incur from here on out is your fault. Um, first of all. And then, there's just been two young ladies meeting men online that were dismembered. Um, Two young African American girls met some men online and they were murdered and dismembered.
Mm.
Oh, I
So
gotta
you
look
need,
that story
Not the
up.
first.
They're not the
they're not the first, but this is recent.
first. No,
So
for sure.
number one, you need to be careful. You already got scammed. So you need to figure out what it is about you that you feel like you just need to meet men and give them money
Yeah.
online. So I think you need to go to counseling and really do some soul searching, okay? Therapy and Jesus.
Mhm. Yep.
Can-
There you have it. That's the most solid advice that we can give you. Therapy
Yeah.
and Jesus.
Can I ask a question?
hmm
Maybe I missed it, but what was the significance of telling us about the younger guy? Was this Nigerian guy the younger? Is that the younger guy? Because it felt like she was.
Yeah.
It was?
Okay, all right, okay, gotcha. Never mind.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So she was scammed by somebody else, and then she met
Yeah.
And then she met the Nigerian.
Okay.
the Nigerian
Right.
boy.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
All right,
Got it.
we're going
Mhm.
we're going to move on to the next one. I believe Tyra's reading the second one.
No, what you think? You got any extra cash floating around? You could definitely send it to the 10-7.
Yeah, we will create a Patreon just for you.
All donations.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Here we go. Dear 107, my husband's best friend Kevin lost his wife 3 years ago. He's currently in a relationship with his niece, his deceased brother's daughter. Okay.
What's incest?
Kevin is in
What?
his 60s. That confused me. Let me read that again. So Kevin lost his wife 3 years ago. He's currently in a relationship with his niece, his deceased brother's daughter.
Okay, that's what it
That
said.
is
Incest.
Nasty.
Yes. Kevin is in his 60s. She's in her 50s. We find this disgusting and do not condone it. They are from Portugal. Is this acceptable in other countries? We've tried to discuss it with him. He said he doesn't care what we think. Kevin tries to plan things for all of us as couples, and we don't want to be in their company. Am I wrong?
Mhm.
I have known his niece for several years, and I don't want to be unkind, but I just cannot be around them. I bet big money that his wonderful wife is turning over in her grave. Should I just mind my business? Absolutely.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah, I mean, because you
It's
said
fine.
you said y'all already said something, and he was like, "Look, I don't care." So there's no point in it. Just don't
Right.
rock
Just
with him.
exactly. Just don't rock with them. I'm sure they have other friends. But if they are from another country, in some places it is customary to, like, when the husband dies, the brother or something will marry the wife, or something like that. So in some places, that might just be
It's
their
culturally
culture.
accepted.
But it may be a cultural thing. But I mean, as long as he not marrying none of your kids, then you and mind your business. Y'all don't have to hang out with them.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
So
because
true.
this person that's writing is the her husband's best friend. So she's not even a relative.
No,
No.
Okay. So yeah, you got to,
she need to mind her business. Let sleeping dogs lie.
I mean, yeah, because
Yeah.
probably the only fact that the only reason you have a issue with their
She like,
relationship is
ew.
the fact that they're related and you know this.
Right.
So yeah, let their family
Mhm.
deal with that. That ain't your problem. That ain't your axe to
It's
grind.
not. It's not.
Exactly.
Absolutely. You be like,
It's kind of unfortunate though that she's so bothered by it that it may drive a wedge between her husband and his friend, unless they just hang out.
yeah, who all over there?
Hmm.
Situation.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly. That's all you just need to do. Who all over there? And if they there,
Yeah.
don't.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm a
Yeah, but
chill.
what culture do you date your dead brother's kid?
I don't know. But I'm just saying it could be a
Portuguese? I don't know. We could probably look into it, but I ain't know.
Nah, I'm good.
yeah. I mean, it
Right.
could be a cultural thing. So you just never know.
Well, yeah,
If
maybe
we
we'll
have
look
any
into something we can
Portuguese
talk about
viewers,
later.
can you let us know? Thank you.
Enlighten us.
All right,
Ready
let's
for the
move
next one, guys?
on. Yeah, let's move on to the next one.
Okay. Dear 107, a childhood friend generously invited me to stay at his home for a visit. We had a great time. A few days after I left, he texted me that something expensive was missing from his home and asked if I knew anything about it. I told him I was sorry to hear that bad news and don't know what happened. He has now blocked me on all forms of communication. I suppose he thinks I had something to do with the missing item. I wonder if I could have handled the situation differently. Should I have perhaps offered to compensate him for at least part of the value of the missing item, despite not being responsible for its disappearance? I don't want to appear to admit fault, but I'm sad that our relationship has apparently ended over this. Hmm.
Look here, Gladys. You're gonna give me my watch back.
And what was this item? That's what I want to know.
Yeah,
Right. What was
yo,
it?
because that's the thing. Did he tell you what it was, or was he all clandestine? Like something expensive is missing. Like that sounded like the setup to me.
I feel like if he knew what it was, he would have told us in the letter.
Absolutely. And why would you offer to pay for something that you didn't
That you
have,
know you
you
didn't
didn't take?
touch. Come on.
Exactly.
Mhm.
That to me makes you look guilty.
That's why she need to give me back my watch.
Yeah.
It's my watch. I like my watches.
I mean, it's unfortunate that your friendship has to end over this. You know what would be so ugly is if like he finds it and then he's like, "Oh my god, I don't even know how to say to him after I've accused him of this." You know what I mean? Like I feel like a total schmuck. Like say a
Right.
prayer
But
for
he
Right.
has
him
to
when he
deal with
find
that.
it.
I mean, and then like, what was it? You dig what I'm saying? It was like, no, I didn't take your 70-inch TV. You dig what I'm saying?
That's something that you would know. Sir, where are you going with my television?
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Was it a pair of cufflinks? Like what was it? That's
right.
a good question.
Right.
I'd like to know.
I feel
Write us
like
back and let us know what it was if
Right.
if,
What
if
was
he
the
told.
trouble?
yeah.
All right. Well, we're gonna get on to the last
Yeah,
one.
no.
The
So
final
good
10-7
luck
letter of the
with
day.
your friendship.
Absolutely. Good luck with that. So here we go. Dear 10-7, I'm on a limited income. My younger sister Tara. That's funny, Tara. My younger sister
Right.
Tara is a medical professional with disposable income she spends on frivolous things. I have one son, age 13. She has 3 children, ages 14, 10, and 3. Tara and I live a few miles apart. Our mothers live 60 miles away. Our mother lives 60 miles away, excuse
I
me.
was going to
My
say.
mother keeps my sister's kids every other week. She rarely keeps my son. I must bring my son to her. She drives all the way to Tara's house to pick the kids up and take them home. I have borrowed a rather decent sum of money from my mother. She regularly asks me about paying it back. She spends a lot of extra money on food for Tara's kids because of their special dietary needs. Sorry. Between that and all the driving back and forth, my mother has spent nearly twice as much catering to my sister as what I have borrowed in the same amount of time. I feel this is very one sided and that for some reason, my mother cares more about Tara than about me. I also feel like my son is neglected by my mother. Am I wrong for feeling like this? Should I say something or just leave it alone? What y'all say?
I'm an only child. I don't know how to
You
handle
probably
that.
want to sound real petty.
You think so?
Yeah.
Why?
Why you counting other people's money?
Nah, yeah. You dig what I'm saying? It's like, Mom, you gave her more cookies than you gave me, type deal.
Well, what about the relationship with the grandchildren? If the sisters don't live that far apart from each other and the mom lives a little bit further, why is it that when you come to get her children, why can't you get all the grandchildren?
Because it just be like that sometimes. It shouldn't be.
Well,
But that's
here,
it.
two of the kids are teenagers. So I'm like, how much time are they really spending with the grandmom at this point? The
In
10
this,
year old and the 3 year old, yeah, in this day
Right.
and age. 10 year old and 3 year old. Here's the one part that gets me. The mom comes and picks up the one's kids, but she has to take her other like why I'm kind of wondering why the sister doesn't take her kids to the mother. I'm not really wondering why the mom doesn't do it for one and does it for the. I'm just kind of wondering why the sister. It feels like to me. It
Yeah.
feels like this letter, like this has been happening since they
I
were
mean,
kids.
because it could be anything. It could be that the sister's house is really, really nice and plush. So
Could be.
I'm going to hang out at your crib with your kids.
But she doesn't do that. She goes to get them, takes them back to her house, and then brings them back
Oh,
home.
that's what she does.
Mm-hmm. Which is why I said if the sisters live close to each other,
yeah.
when you drive in your 60 miles to get Tara's kids, get my kid too.
Right.
well,
Teddy, chill out.
I think
Sorry, dogs spazzing out.
this been going on for a while.
yeah, I think this is deeper than that. I think it's been some issues probably going on since they were younger. You know what I mean? And this is just maybe the icing on the cake for her.
Were you the bad kid growing up? Were you the one that caused the most headaches?
Oh
Were you the
yeah,
one that
now
left
she's like, oh,
the house
paybacks.
when you wasn't supposed to?
This is the
Right.
good thing about it is that you recognize this. So now you can act accordingly. You dig what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Right.
Like I would not call my mom and be like, "Yo, can you watch?" I wouldn't.
Right.
Get over here.
But my thing is too, like she didn't. It's not like she said I'm disabled and I'm on a limited income. You know what I mean? She didn't really go into detail as to why she's on a limited
Yeah,
income. She doesn't have to, but I'm like, are you sitting home collecting a check? I mean, like, what is really
yeah,
going on?
absolutely. Like, are you an episode of intervention? You dig what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like,
Those are
why?
all valid fair points.
Huh?
Those are all valid fair points.
Yeah, it's a valid point. Like, there's a vast difference between you and the sister. Like, you know what I
Mhm.
mean? Maybe the sister's a little bit more mature. You know what I mean? Maybe you done some things over the years, and maybe you burned some bridges.
yeah,
I don't know, but I just feel like the whole story's not being told.
or maybe your kid's just bad,
Right.
So have that conversation.
Yeah,
or maybe your kid's just bad.
right. Or do you have like
Hey,
maybe your home's not that clean? Do you live in Joe's apartment? Um,
Ooh,
you know what I mean? Like if you lived in Joe's apartment, I
yeah.
wouldn't want to come over there either. So
absolutely.
you know, But I mean, if you feel that way about it, then start limiting. Find somebody else to watch your kids, and you know what I mean. You might have to just start distancing yourself for a little bit.
Yeah, that's a shame. Good
It's
luck.
unfortunate. Yep. Good luck. Good luck. Well, that is your dear 10-7 portion of the show. Excuse me. We're going to move right along to the AITH. Am I the a hole? And Tara has found a pretty good story, which we can all determine. Are they the a hole?
Yep. Okay, y'all
Even you
ready?
can.
All right. Me, 39, ex-husband, 37, is insisting I change my last name back to my maiden name because his new fiance, 24, feels it would be awkward for her and I to have the same last name. So her question is she the a-hole for refusing to change her name? My ex-husband has been dating this woman for 3 years. For context, she is 24 years old. My ex-husband and I were married for 12 years and have been divorced for 5 years. We have 3 kids together who are now teenagers. My ex and I got divorced because we were young when we met and got married, and we grew apart as people. It was a mutual decision, and we agreed our kids came first and have always co parented very well. This has been the case up until last year when his girlfriend moved in with him. Previously, we would do holidays and kids' birthdays together. Now, when she's present, they won't even sit near me at our kids' sporting events. I've always been nice to this woman, despite my kids expressing they do not like her and feel their dad acts differently when she is around. My ex told me early on she wasn't a fan of me and felt I intimidated her. When I asked him for examples of how I intimidated her, he said, "It's my fave." I don't know what that means. That I have resting bitch face and it makes her uncomfortable. My ex and her got engaged over Christmas, and my kids were less than thrilled. My daughter, especially. She feels her dad made a major life decision without even talking to them about it first. My ex called me yesterday saying he's giving me a heads up that I have a year to change my last name back to my maiden name, as his fiance is expressing her distaste and concern for her and I having the same last name when they get married. I told him we agreed in our divorce that I could keep his last name until I felt the need to change it. And that is what is listed in our paperwork. I also told him I don't want to have a different last name than our kids. He said I'm being unreasonable and refusing to see how this could make his fiance uncomfortable. I told him I can't see it from her side because I am a grown up and not an immature child like she is. He told me I could ask anyone about this situation and everyone would agree with her. So, am I the a-hole for refusing to change my last name to make her happy?
Absolutely not.
No.
Ma'am,
No.
toddler, EAD.
No, you are not.
First, first of all, she's never been married, so she doesn't know that once you change your name, especially as a woman, you have to change everything. You've probably gotten
Mhm.
you've probably got jobs and bills and all kind of stuff attached to that name, and it's just a hassle. It's a hassle to change it when you after you get married, and I, you know what I mean. If and my thing is, it's a last name. You know how many
Absolutely.
people are named so and so John or whatever, whatever. It's plenty of
That's what I was
people.
getting ready to say. She want everybody to change their last name from Smith.
Exactly. It's somebody else with that last name. It's gonna be her, you, and probably 5 other people. Who cares? She's being immature and petty, and I
Absolutely.
think she's
And then
intimidated.
in a couple years, it's going to be his new wife.
Right.
Did you hear me, Tyra?
I heard you.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Wife number 3 is going to be suggesting to wife number 2, did you change your name? You going to do it then?
See, but he all in now because if he tell her, "Listen, you being stupid. Why? Who cares about her last name? It's
Right.
gonna be
Exactly.
If
trouble,
he's
trouble."
married to you, what does it matter?
But then he gonna, what kind of ultimatum is that? I'm gonna give you a year. If I don't do, what you gonna do?
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah, like what you
Right.
gonna do? And then my
What
thing
you
is, I
gonna do?
understand her with the kids as well. Like, you know what I mean? Kids can be very mean, you know what I mean? And it can be a sensitive topic when you don't have the same last name as your kids, especially as they're growing up and they're noticing things and they're questioning things. So I wouldn't even bother to talk. I mean, it's nothing he can do if you don't change the name. So she's just gonna have to get over it. Well,
Absolutely.
you
Yeah,
married,
absolutely. So
have
you
to
have
get
a
over it.
year, and if I don't, I wanted you to ask him if I don't, what's going to happen.
And the thing about it too is like their kids are so much older than any potential future children that they would have together. So it's not like the kids are coming up in school together. Like her current children are going to be in college or out of before, you know, if they have a baby together, even goes to kindergarten.
That
So it's
the
not.
But yeah, but still, none of that matters.
No, none of it matters. I
none of
mean,
it
so
matters.
no, ma'am. I wish I knew your name. You are not the a-hole.
Mm-mm.
No, you are not.
Not at all.
Never
No.
pick rocks with flip flops.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And once you take a name, that's your name now.
Right.
Like that's your name. So she just gotta get used to it. Why are you worried about her so much?
Absolutely.
That's
Even if
simple.
she changed her name, there's always going to be somebody on this planet that know her as that last name.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Exactly.
Mhm.
And Mrs. Farfignugan. All right.
Yep. Mrs.
Mr.
Farfignugan.
Farfignugan.
You gotta have a unique last name because if it's like Jones or Johnson, come on now.
Like,
Exactly.
come on.
Maybe it's Trump.
Well, in that case, change it.
Please. Quick, fast, and in a hurry.
All right. So we yo, that bird is cracking me up.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I know. I'm sorry.
Between the bird and the dog. Good Lord.
Oh man. But we have this whole allowance conversation now. We're about to have
Next week,
this allowance.
next week we'll sit in the house. We're not going to sit outside next week.
Maybe.
So tell me about this. This woman is on allowance. Her man has her on an allowance. Like what's it like?
Yeah, so
$20 a week.
she works. She has a job, but she takes her money that she earns from her job and gives it to him, and he gives her an allowance of like $75 to $100. And I don't know if it's like a month or a week, or if you play the video, we'll see. But yeah, she gives her money that she earns to him, and he gives her an allowance. And then I have a little tidbit about how allowances once were.
Okay.
Update.
Here we go. And I'm gonna go ahead and refresh this video so we can catch it from the beginning.
Deposited to my man's account. And he usually gives me between
Right.
$75 to $100 a week for allowance. I feel it's only right because even though we both pay like bills in the house, I just feel it's only right because I'm a stay-at-home mom and he pays more bills than I actually pay. So given the fact that he pays, you know, the most expensive things, the rent, insurance, car payment, I feel like he deserves to, you know, have my money, and whatever he deems is reasonable to give me as an allowance, then he does so. Now, the only bad thing about it is like, let's say if I want to do my nails and my eyebrows and a pedicure. So I only get $75 for the week. So I won't be able to do a pedicure or my eyebrows. So that week I just have to go with my nails being done. And then the following week, you know, I would have to do a pedicure and my eyebrows, which that's okay. You know, I think that's fine. Like, do y'all agree with this? Do you think it's okay? Like, are other women like this?
So I'm gonna say this one thing. I'm confused because originally when I watched the video, I thought she said she gave him her paycheck. Did I miss that?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, we gotta roll that back.
No,
From
she
the
was
beginning.
stay home mom.
And then she said she was a stay-at-home mom.
Hey, babe, listen. Y'all did not prepare me. I wasn't prepared to go back to the video.
Okay.
Oh,
I
okay.
wasn't prepared for that. The whole thing switched up, so I was not
Like,
prepared.
I was only ready to do it once.
Okay. My bad. Well, you know why, Justin?
Just like I got
The only
one
reason
time.
why I said that is because originally when I watched it, I thought she said her paycheck goes into the bank, and then he gives her an
Yeah, it's
allowance.
her paycheck.
And then she said, "I'm a stay-at-home mom." So are you lying, Miss?
Right. Or do you work from home? Like I don't understand that. I think we
Maybe
need
what her paycheck is her allowance.
I think we need to go back to the video.
If you
God damn it.
can,
Here
if
we
you
go.
can.
Here we go. Hold on. I gotta get the whole thing
Well,
going.
you know what, Justin? While you're getting all that together, can I tell y'all? Because I did like a bit of a deep dive on how this about allowances, if you will. Are you? Can I do
Okay.
that?
Please do.
Okay. So the article that I found was like there is no right or wrong way. There's only agree or disagree. But each couple is entitled to set up their own financial strategy. Back in the 1960s and earlier, so the 50s and the 60s, it was common for the husbands to give their wives their paycheck, right? So the women, the wives, would go pick up the paychecks from the husband on lunch hour or whatever, and then they would use that to pay the bills, grocery shop, buy items for the kids, and then put money in savings. The wives would give their husbands spending money that would last till the next paycheck.
And
So
this
in the
was
50s
when?
and the 50s and the 60s, the
Okay.
housewives were in charge of the finances.
Okay.
I don't know when it changed over time, but
All right. Well, we can let's go back to this video.
okay.
Let me get it together.
Anytime.
Hold on. It's not like a
I'm
one click
prepared
thing.
to go
It's a
back.
whole,
Goose said you
it's a
like,
whole
oh,
process. Here we go.
right. Got you.
Guys,
Gets direct deposited to my man's account. So my paycheck gets direct deposited to my man's account.
She lying.
He usually gives me between
On the
$75
point.
to $100 a week for allowance. I feel it's only right because even though we both pay like bills in the house, um, I just feel it's only right because I'm a stay-at-home mom and he pays more
Stop
bills
it
than
there.
I
Stop
actually
it.
pay.
This is clickbait.
Yeah, it is. She's lying.
Yeah.
Could she be working from home?
That's what I said.
Well, that's what Goose said. Goose was like, is it an SSI check? Is it is disability? Is it unemployment? What check is getting deposited, stay at home mom?
I don't know.
And
I don't know.
why wouldn't you like, I don't know, maybe she should have worded it differently. I work
Yeah.
from home. The kids are
Yeah.
home with me.
you got us.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You in the first letter.
And
Y'all work y'all in cahoots, wasting my time.
At any rate, I will say it for people that do that, if that's what you and your spouse or you and your significant other decided to do, then rock out. That would not work for my household.
Because she said that she's paying bills, he's paying bills, she's staying at home. Maybe she working on
Well, if all of her money is going into his account, of course she's paying bills because he's using her money to pay bills.
Right. Yeah, nah. That's not gonna work. I mean, if that works for y'all and you comfortable with that, then fine. But that's not gonna work over here.
No, absolutely not. I 100% disagree. What do the guys think? I want to know what do y'all think?
What?
So
about giving your spouse
about giving the an allowance.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably a good practice to give yourself an allowance regardless. You know what I mean? Like you know what you're gonna have to pay in your bills. You give yourself some spending money. So, I mean, I just feel like that's probably just good practice. Not necessarily like here, Tyra, here's $100 for the week. That's what you get. But whatever you budget out, it's just good practice to say, all right, this is my money that I'm going to be spending on the things I want to spend it on. I'm going to the movies, going to the, the whatever, going to buy some sneakers, whatever the case may be.
But that's not.
So.
Yeah, that's right. That's called budgeting. That's
called
like
budgeting. But isn't that what they're doing?
No, but what we're saying is for her to just give.
So he has all financial control.
Yeah,
her whole entire check, and then
it goes into the bank, right?
I guess, yeah. Well, her check is deposited into his account, and then he gives her spending money
from that.
From that.
So we're assuming they have two separate accounts.
No, she said her. She don't. It seemed like she don't have an
so
account.
maybe she don't have an account. Yeah, she may not have an account. So they just use one bank account
So
and
it
pay the
seems
bill.
like it's it
They pay
seems like it's
everything from
split.
that bank
Yeah.
account.
Yo, and you know what? She probably don't care because she got everything she needs.
Right.
Right.
Everything gets paid for.
You dig what I'm saying? She like, yo, the little bit of money I got, what she said, my hair, my eyebrows, my nails, that type of stuff. But the rent paid, if the car note paid, bills, everything else is paid. I ain't got to worry about nothing.
Yeah. I mean, it sounds like budgeting, but she's putting it as I get an allowance. But it really just sounds like they're budgeting.
So yeah, you know what?
She don't mention like what does he get for an allowance. Like she don't
Right.
mention nothing like that. So we don't know if he gives himself $100 too, and they just rock out like that.
Right. And they save everything else. Pay the bills. You get this, I get this, and save everything else.
Right.
That's fair.
So
I mean,
I
that's
guess.
what works for your household. Then
Yeah,
That's what works.
rock out. If it works for you or whoever.
all right. Well, we have another video that we're going to be sharing. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. My bad.
This
Yeah,
is
one
kind
more
of like
video.
our main topic. Yeah.
We got one more video that we're going to be sharing about what is it? Was it 5 stages of relationship? Is that what it is, Tara? Is that what it's called?
Yep.
5 stages of relationship. So get this up here now. We're going.
That's a really valid point. What Tanya said. You see what Tanya said? That was a really valid point.
So I wonder if she can see or has access to the account. Yeah, I would hope so.
Yeah.
Especially since your money's in it. I hope you're not a dummy.
Yep.
All right, so we're gonna rock out with these 5 stages. So here we go. Hold on, did I share it already? Okay, just making sure, y'all. All right.
Yep.
5 stages of relationship. It's like 5 levels of like depth that you can go in a relationship with someone. And what's so crazy about it is that something like 88% or almost 90% of people never even make it to stage 3, let alone stage 5. So quickly, I'm going to share with you what the stages are and what you need to like be on the lookout for when you want to go from one stage to going deeper to the next. So the first one is the honeymoon phase. We've all felt this before. It's when you have rose-colored glasses on, you first meet someone, you'll feel it for maybe 6 months to a year, potentially a little bit longer. And it's just those overwhelming feelings of, oh my God, this person's amazing. I love them so much. And the reason why you feel that is because you're bonding on the similarities that you share together.
All right. So that was the first one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Probably. So I didn't go through all of these, right? But I'm going to say it's probably like the best feeling stage of the relationship.
Yeah.
It's brand new or it's new, and you're figuring. And I never put it that way. You're bonding on similarities.
Right.
Never thought about it that way. So yeah,
You think about that person all the time. You can't wait to see him again.
Mm-hmm.
All you want to do is be around them. Blah blah blah.
Everything seems right.
Married 23 years, and then like get the hell away from me.
I think we're going to get to that stage in a little bit. I think we'll get there in a little bit. So do we want to move on to stage 2?
Yeah.
Rock out.
All right, let's see. What's stage 2 about?
Second phase after the honeymoon phase is called the power struggle phase. And this is when you start noticing the differences in your partner and you start seeing, oh, all those similarities don't seem as great anymore because I see all the differences. This is what's really interesting about this phase. There is 2 different ways that people can go. They either stay in it forever, which is the old couple that still bickers and fights. They're literally still stuck in the power struggle phase. Or people end up breaking up. They say, nope, this is too much. I can't love you for your differences. I can't do this with you anymore. And what they end up doing is they go back to the honeymoon phase, but with someone else. And they repeat this very toxic cycle of honeymoon, power struggle, breakup, honeymoon, power struggle, breakup. So
was that it for that one?
I mean, I think so, but that seems really dysfunctional.
And if you get to the second one, if there's two ways you could go, how do you get to 3, 4, and 5?
Yeah, you don't. He said some people are stuck in that
Yeah,
cycle over
some
and
people
over and
don't
over
make it
again.
to 3.
And I guess you just find yourself old and alone eventually.
I guess you probably feel like the honeymoon phase is really what you think the honeymoon phase is what the relationship is supposed to be.
Right.
And then you feel like once you're out of the honeymoon phase, this relationship is terrible. It's not what I thought it was. I got to get out.
So you can get addicted to that honeymoon phase.
Yeah, because you start to see kind of like their representative is now gone. So you start to see their real true character.
Right. All right. Let's move on to stage 3.
The way to get out of this and actually move on to phase 3, which is adaptation and acceptance, you must be able to accept the differences in your partner, understand that they may never change. And if you can still love them for that, then you're doing fucking amazing. But it's also key to be able to adapt. You are creating a new energy of using the likes and the differences between you two to create something brand new. Now, genuinely, most people don't even make it to this phase. It is very difficult to do, yet all human beings are on this path. Eventually, you're going to get it. And like I said before, the key is to not hit the power struggle phase and just give up to go back to honeymoon, because that feels better for your nervous system. It's instead to use some consciousness and be able to push through into this new third level. Now,
Interesting.
Now, I have a question though. It depends to me, like what behaviors are you accepting? You know what I'm saying? Like, I think there's a limit on like if this person is like consistently stepping out and bringing you home diseases, like we're not gonna get past that.
Well, no. I mean, I think it needs to be within reason.
I think that's the extreme.
That-
I'm thinking
I think but I'm just saying, like, is there a limit to that acceptance phase? That's what I'm
everybody's
it's gotta
limit is
be.
different.
You got to have a limit, because there's going to be people.
Everybody has a
There
personal
are people
limit.
that don't have those limits,
right.
And that's yours on the outside looking in. Like, how can you even stay with that person?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's people who will accept
But
anything.
I think that's the phase where people get to and probably get more confused. They get to that phase and they get out, or they get to that phase they stay in something bad, or they get to that phase and they actually adapt.
Or they get numb to the behavior.
Being that the behavior, if it's that extreme, I don't think that's what he's referring to.
I don't think it is, but I'm just saying, like, what are you accepting? Like, or are you just numb to what this person does now, and you just like,
what if it's like something like you always leave the toilet seat up?
We know that different.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just talking about as long as it's not something detrimental, like if like abuse and things like that, because there's people who will accept that.
I would hope not.
Stay with it.
I would hope not. It's so many relationships that are not that way. They're not toxic. You know what I mean? So
true, but there are some who are, and people have accepted like
right. But I think if he was speaking to those extreme situations, he would say that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think he's more so talking about the healthier relationship, but maybe ones that may or may not be meant to be.
Okay,
right.
That's so we're gonna move on to the next phase here.
Yep.
Fourth phase is commitment. It's when you actually fully accept a person for who they are and you commit together to building a really powerful, beautiful life that you two can share for a long, long time. And finally, the fifth phase is.
Whoa. You did that one real quick. I wasn't ready. So the fourth.
Don't leave us hanging.
Yeah.
I said, don't leave us hanging. I thought it froze. My bad.
Oh no. So the fourth phase. What was the fourth phase? I forgot that fast. Y'all. Commitment. So we made it there. Y'all made it there.
Yeah.
Right. Y'all committed to each other. We committed to each other. He's right. Most people don't make it past phase 3 because most people don't get married to people they are in relationships with.
Yeah.
Usually only one.
Yeah.
So phase 3 seems more like the decision phase to me.
Should I stay or should I go?
Yeah. Should I stay or should I go?
Yeah.
Is it?
When he was saying that, because I was trying to place us where I thought we would fall. I'm not sure what the fifth one is that he's going to talk about. But I just was saying to Goose, I was like, I think this is where we are until I hear the fifth one. Then I'll probably change my mind.
Right. So let's check out this fifth one. Let's see what we got.
Oneness. It is when you are so in tune with each other that you're one. You know each other like the back of your hand. You actually know your partner better than they know themselves. So there's a thing called the 5 stage.
Okay, I think that's where we are.
I ran into this yesterday. I said, you know what? I need to end this relationship because my wife knows me too doggone well. She knows me too well, and I can't handle it. Let me tell y'all what happened. Okay, and it's funny.
Take this away, Justin. Take this away.
Okay, all right, my fault. Let's do that.
That's all right. I just can't see you in the little corner. Okay, there you go.
So yesterday, right, and I was hoping I would be able to bring this up on the show today because I wanted it to be natural. Anyway, so yesterday, Tyra leaves to go out of town, right? And she leaves, and she wasn't gone for about 1 minute and 37 3/4 seconds. She calls me, right? And she says, babe, there's some chicken, some lettuce, and stuff to make a salad in the refrigerator. Don't be eating a whole bunch of junk because I ain't home.
Oh,
I said, damn, that's what I was going to do. I was like, where am I going to get this pizza from today?
Oh. And she already knew, like,
too doggone well.
No, sir. No, you may not.
Listen, you know what I'd have been like? You wasting your breath. My pizza on the way already.
Bad influence him.
I'd have been like, listen.
Don't listen to Goose.
It wasn't even 8 o'clock in the morning yet.
I just knew it. I just knew it. I was like,
8 o'clock in the morning. Breakfast was on the way.
I just knew it. I could feel it. I could feel it in my. I feel it in my shana.
Listen, I'll do what I want to do.
Yes, you do. Yes, you
I don't
do.
care.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. But
I did make a salad though.
Right.
Not all the time.
Not all the time, but enough.
But I do what I want to do.
I know.
Listen, like
I think after listening to the fifth one, I think Goose and I are there. I think we're at 5.
Yeah, probably more than likely. I think people that have been married that are not on that phase 3, that can't adapt on the phase 3, I think they all eventually get to the oneness phase. I would hope. I mean,
that's the purpose of marriage, though. The two shall become one.
Yeah,
it's that becoming.
I hope so.
Where things happen.
I want that for everyone.
It's that becoming. But
I tell you what, though, there ain't but a few things funnier to me than two old people that love each other but bicker all the time. That's just, I don't know why that's so funny to me. That's hilarious.
It's hilarious.
It's like them 2 characters that was on In Living Color that was trying to kill each other, and then when they came together, like, but we still together. It was David Allen and Kim Wayans. That was one of my favorite skits on there. They were trying to kill each other. Like when Tyra swung that knife at me.
Don't make it. I did not. No, you got to tell the whole story. You gonna make me seem crazy.
We've told the whole story many times on the show.
You got to tell the whole story. I was cooking. I was preparing a meal.
You tell the story better than
and I had a knife in my hand. I was probably cutting up onions or something. And there was a gnat. And so I just went like this. And he happened to be walking in the kitchen at the same time. But I used the hand to hit him. And he was like, "You trying to kill me? You swinging a knife at me."
So this gerbil when he used the knife he was using to cook dinner with to kill an insect.
I didn't kill it. I was just.
That's the story you're trying to tell us.
She was shooing it away.
Is that the story you're trying to tell us?
No, she was shooing.
That's the story she's trying to tell. No, she's trying to tell you at some point in her life she realized she became Zorro and could split a gnat in half with a knife. That's what she's trying to tell.
Trust me. If it was, never mind. I'm not going to say that because I don't want to.
Yeah, don't say that. Don't say that. This is being recorded. Shh, don't say that.
I was shooting a gnat, but it's it's just natural when you see a gnat to go like this. It didn't even dawn on me. I could have injured my own self.
Like you ain't cut your nose off.
Yeah, I'm saying I could have injured my own self, but I was just like, I was trying to keep it from landing on what I was cutting up.
That's probably where it came from.
Oh, it might have been. It might have been, yeah.
It might have been, bugs be on our food before we do.
Yeah.
Think about it.
All right,
All
y'all. So
walks.
do we have our final twist ready?
Oh,
Y'all got final
I
twist?
do.
I got some. I
I
don't know
have
if I used it
mine.
before, but I'm gonna say it.
I do.
I left mine upstairs.
Run, get it real quick.
Let me see if I can remember it. Hold on.
Well, Tara, you go ahead while she's trying to remember.
Okay. So
Or Bruce, one of y'all.
Let me see.
mine's is an ode to the beautiful weather we had today. You ready?
No.
Yeah,
Yes,
I'm
ma'am.
asking you. Okay. Okay.
You asked. I said no.
Okay. So mine's is stop. No winter lasts forever.
Thank God.
No spring skips its turn.
I don't think that's true. I feel like we've had a few years when from cold in the Mickey Ficky to hot as always. And spring just went
Well,
to
if
sleep.
you were outside today, spring has sprung.
It's still
Yeah,
nice.
spring, it felt good
Yeah,
today.
it is still nice, and it's 7:56.
And y'all still outside.
And
I
we're gonna be
know.
out here.
All right.
Mhm.
We're gonna be ahead of Christmas.
I don't know about that.
There
It's
you
gonna
go.
get cold by like November.
That's why y'all got the
You
heat
gonna
out
be
there.
out there by
Well,
yourself.
that's true.
So I'm waiting for the little one to take a picture of because I wrote
Okay.
2 of them down.
Well, I think Goose had one. I don't have one. I'm trying to think of one right
I don't
now.
know if I used this one before, but here you go.
I wrote a song about it like the here you go.
Don't base your decisions on the advice of those who don't have to deal with the results.
Mm.
Talk about it.
Ooh.
You
Wow.
never used that before, but that's wonderful. I like that one a
Right?
lot.
Yeah,
Mhm.
never read that before the Dear 10-7 portion of this show. I'm just saying. Just, oh, she's
Y'all
still
seem so
waiting.
silly.
She's still waiting. I'm still waiting, y'all.
All right.
All right.
Well, I don't have one, and what's that? Oh, that's over there. I don't have one, so I'm just going to say we love y'all for loving us every week here on the 10-7 show, and we appreciate having y'all. We appreciate that y'all invite y'all friends and y'all family out to check us out, and we just pray that y'all continue to do so, and that we keep giving y'all reasons to do so. Okay. And it looks like she got the picture, but I
And she missed it. She missed it.
Aw.
She took a
Wait,
picture of
she didn't
everyone.
take. Wait,
picture the whole scene.
Except for the wait. She took 2 pictures. Okay, here it is. Okay. Okay.
Christian, like, don't front on me.
Okay, I'm about to say she's a baby genius. I know she ain't mess it up.
All right, so here it is. Okay, so here it is. All right. True last chances don't always come with warnings.
Mm, ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth?
Mm.
So true.
I
So
will
true.
say one that
Ain't
I
that
think
the
I may have said on this show before, and it's not necessarily for us, but it is for us. And I know I've mentioned this before, but when we were kids, there was one last time that we all hung out with our friends together, and we didn't know that was going to be the last time we were all hanging
Yeah.
out.
Isn't that sad?
Last chances don't always come with a warning.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. Well, we appreciate y'all hanging with us once again for the 10-7 show with Tyra, Tara, Goose, and myself. Make sure you can check the show out again if you want. Go to our YouTube channel, New to Us Radio YouTube channel, and you can click on that live tab and see all the shows that we've done here on New to Us Radio, especially the 10-7 show and Check Swing podcast and all the shows that and the Intelligent Ignorance is returning in June, y'all. So be ready for that.
Looking forward to that.
Yeah, just leave it like that. All right. So we're going to get up out of here. We appreciate y'all hanging with us. We'll talk to y'all next week here on the 10-7 show. Y'all be cool until next week. Peace out.
All right. Be kind.
Y'all.
Be safe, people. Do something nice for somebody. Y'all be easy.
Do something nice for me.
I cooked you ribs.